All right then. So another demo, and not much of a difference actually. I've reverted to the 100,000 buy-in for blackjack, not because I intend to go that far, but just because it's just easier to see what the wins and losses are. You know, if you buy in for the max, and then it shows a number that's less than the max by whatever, it's just easier for me. I hope it's easier for you too. But one thing about today that I found particularly interesting was I got up this morning to discover a notification about Mr. Hanpei's latest session at Foxwoods, which is probably actually months old. And so I had a look at it, and it was an absolute bloody horror story. I mean, he played far worse than ever before, I think. Lost, according to his estimate, 35,000. I had him losing a little bit more than that, but it really doesn't matter. But it was just awful. And so I transcribed it over into Excel, and I'm going to add it to the end of this session. But pattern betting, in spite of the fact that I think, how did it work out? There were just betting the left-hand bets, the first base bets as they call them, 15 wins to 36 losses, right? And because Jason likes to multi-hand bet every so often, which is complete nonsense, but it's his money, so he can do whatever the hell he wants. It was 19 wins and 38 losses, so he actually made a teensy-weensy bit. But one way and another, it was just oh, God. And you sort of watch this and you think, what happened to him? I mean, did he get a blow to the head or something? I mean, it was just awful. Anyway, let's start a new session, and I will try to shut up. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? That thing sitting there, it's right in the way. Oh, bugger. Okay, so it can go over there for now. I'll just have to move it when I go over to baccarat, and you don't care, and I don't care. Well, whatever. So let's kick it off. All right, great start. Double for the loss. And that's a double down. Not good. It got worse. Okay, so that's 2-3 now, third. That's a double down. That's a bit better, isn't it? All right. So minimum. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Jason. He just went completely bonkers. Absolutely batshit. No, 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 you can't. Really, honestly, I think that's got to be 1-2. I mean, that was just rude, wasn't it? Oh, God. Look at that. It's just like textbook dealer hand. What do they call that guy on Vegas Matt's things? Daryl the Destroyer. Yeah, that's a Daryl the Destroyer hand, if ever I saw one. Okay, so what was that? That was 1-2. So now it's 5-2, and it's a drop. Oh, damn it. Okay, well, I'll have to stick with that now, won't I? Should have been a drop. Instead, it was a dealer 22. So 5-2-3-4. 1-2-3-4. Uh-oh. Bust it! Good job. All right. So we're making a little bit of money over here. Double down. Yeah, these guys, I mean, they really do play as if they mean to lose. There's just no doubt about it. I mean, this was sort of like talk about putting your neck in a noose and jumping off the chair. I mean, my goodness me. That's a repeat, I guess. That's a double for the loss. Oh dear. Um, that must be 3/4, mustn't it? 3/4 third. That's good. I like that. All right. Yeah, it's just I really am at a loss to understand what these people are about because it's just, oh, that's awful. That is awful. All right, that made it a bit less awful. And it was only 25. Oh dear. There's still no response from the Wiz to my query about why are you doing this to me? This sort of this unturbo was a lucky one. We're getting some easy rides here. Famous last words. 3-2 drop. 4-2. 5-2. Yeah, Jason has no mechanism for um, self-defense. He just plows on. And they have this expression on the Vegas Mat channel about fire it in there. I think it would be more appropriate to call it set it on fire because it's suicide. It really is. And how is that attractive to potential customers for the casino biz? That's the thing that mystifies me. I'm obviously just missing something completely. Um, was that +1? Oh dear. No, this is down here, isn't it? So I guess it must be like 2-3 maybe. That was cheeky. That was just a little bit brass necked. And if I get a 10 here, that'll be another one, won't it? Look at that. +1. Yes, I can't go. All right. +1. All right. 1-2. That ain't going to work, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. All right. Min. That's a repeat, I think. Oh, look at that. Min. Oh, no, let's go over to baccarat. And put this over here. Why didn't I think of that? Start new shoe. New session, Saturday. Off we go. And minimum on the play. Double for the loss. Repeat. Oh, look at this lovely speed. Double. Right, I think that's enough. Back to the min. +1. 51. 2-3 third. Nice one, player. Well done. Plussing like mad now. Okay, I'm going to chase that one. And now we're on 3-4 third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already a turnaround, so we leave that alone. Rats and okay, so that was all right. So back to min. +1. +1. 1, 2. Good job, player. Yeah, it's a little more aggressive to go from the sort of losing the 75 on a win progression, calling it 1-2 instead of repeating it. Obviously, it's more aggressive, but it just kind of makes sense. That's all. I mean, it's just how it is. That's a repeat, I think. All right. That's a min. +1. Double for the tie. God, there are a lot of ties. Okay, so that makes us... oh, I think that's a repeat, yeah. That worked. Minimum. Double for the tie. +1. Double for the tie. Endless ties, eh? And now plus max. I only go as high as 5 units. That's up to you. Chase that one. Call it quits. Doink. That was a double for the hoodle-doodle. And that's 51. That's a repeat. That's 1, 2. 3, 4 third.
This is a reminder.
Alexa, stop. Or make up your mind, girl. Oh, that's nice. Soft shoe, this one. Oh, 1, 2. 3, 2, waiting for a bank. 3, 2 it is. 1, 3 for the commish. Always claim the commission ahead of the bet. So 1, 3. Oh dear. 4, 6. Second. Oh. 10, 15. Third. 1, 2, 3. Come on, banker. Uh-oh. Okay. So 2.5, 1.5, and we're coming back over to player. All right. 2.5, 1.5. 4, 3. Uh-oh. 4, 3, 1, 2. And we're in the money. See, if you follow patterns, if you don't get caught up in all this sort of like nonsense about predictions and something being due and shuffles mattering and cuts mattering and blah, 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 if you can ignore all that crap and just follow the 3-play, the pattern betting rules, the sort of the simplicity of it, and the hop and the drop if you're over on blackjack and so on. If you do all of that, you got a chance. If you don't, you don't. All right. So that goes to there. And what am I doing? Back to the min. That's pretty lucky, but it didn't get me any money. Double for the push. Hey, 1, 2, third. No, yes, no. 1, 2, second. Biggie, biggie. No. 1, 2, so that's 1, 2, 5, 6. Getting up there. That doesn't look good, does it? Oh, look at that. 22. I like that. So where are we at? We're 16 minutes in right now, and we've got 2,100 over here, and we've got 2,365 over there, which is what? That's a lot, isn't it? 4,500. I think that's pretty decent. Yeah. Oh, and look, the little date stamp has found a good spot accidentally. All right, so back over here. And what was that? So that's a clear, and that's that, and that's that. Ooh. Ooh. +1. At least the double down is working today. +1. What I meant, I didn't mean winning. I mean it's popping up quickly. That's what I meant. That's 1, 2, isn't it? Well done. Yeah, this is not a tough run going on here. And you know, with Jason, with Mr. Handpay, it was horrible. And he just kept. I mean, this is what they do. These guys, they just keep bending over. They keep taking it. Why can't they just stop the bloody video, take their chips somewhere else? You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, Foxwoods allows a courtesy shuffle and all the rest of it, but just go away, just move. Go and play with the rabble downstairs instead of being in the hallowed halls upstairs. I mean, bugger that. Oh, look. That was cheeky. I like it. It was a big win. Well, that's a stand, definitely. Oops. Okay, that was not a stand. That's 51. Second. Oh, duh. 2, 3, third. Ugh. 5, 3, drop. Ah, the devil's sign. 6, 3. Ugh. 7, 3. Isn't that how it usually goes? 7, 3 it is. Blimey O'Reilly, 8, 3. Well, we won one. 8, 3 it is. We don't take off hundreds, we do take off 200s. So 8, 3 is the bet. We can't go 8, 9 because that's too high, so we just have to repeat that, I think. So now it's 2, 3 because we got that double back for 6. Bloody hell, that's rubbish. 10, 10, 10. Huh. Lucky, lucky. Uh, 51. That's a double. Shouldn't have been. Oh, talk about rubbing it in. Um, is that like three, four maybe? Last, so third, something or other. And there's the blackjack up there. 7-4 drop. Okay, 5-4 because we got two back there. All right, 9-8. Hmm. 9, 8, 17, 20. Oh boy. That's not going to help us. There we go. 17-20 was not good. So we are on 4-2. And I think we'll take it over to baccarat. 4-2, straight in. 6-4. This could be tricky. But remember, the cards don't care about how much is on the table. 4-2, 6-4. 2-3. And we've got 7,365 over here. And we're losing 675 over there. So I think in 22 minutes we're doing pretty well. Back to the min. $51. 2-3 third. Nice one. Player. +1. Double for the tie. Plus max. And repeat it. And chase it. That's 3-4 third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nicely done. I promise you, I have no control over any of the stuff that comes out of the shoe. It's nothing to do with me. And I think if you've been with me a while, you'll have got that. You know, I mean, how could I mean, do I sound that clever? I don't think so. I do believe that's a plus. Plus max. Chase it. Oh, no, no chasing. All right, so the question is, we won 34 and lost 25, so it's no wonder we got nearly 8 grand saved there. I'm going to plod on for a bit. I think I'm going to have another go here. Let's have a look at that shoe. It was a silly one, really. I mean, it was just too easy. But not that I mind. 34 into 16,000 and 25 into 8,000. I mean, yeah, right. So that's easy peasy, ain't it? I mean, we know exactly where we stand there. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's start another one. Come on then. Don't you start going slow on me. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Okay, I guess we better go over to blackjack and just see if we can at least get it back to 100,000. I guess not. Not yet, anyway. God, this is slow. This is a double for the push, I think. This is no fun. Okay, that's got to be like 2, 3, I think, third. 5, 3, Doropsky. 5, 3, it is. Now it's a double. Not enough. So that's 11, 12. Oh dear. Oh. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. It's making me work over here. It's Daryl, just Daryl. I think he spells it Daryl, not Daryl. Daryl. Was that like 3, 4? It feels like to me. Still haven't quite made it. Well, you messed that up, didn't you? 51, second. Double it for the push. Oh dear, what a mess. Biggie, biggie. There we go. All right, so we got 300 now over here. Coming up to 30 minutes, so I'll go... yeah, I'll just play for a couple of minutes more. No, I'm going to finish this shoe, I think. I'm being decisive. Executive decision. Blimey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat it. Repeat it. I think that's back to a min. Because we had 2 there. Double for the loss. Repeat. Double for the tie. Good enough, I think. Double for the loss. 1, 2. 3, 2. Hopping. Okay, now it becomes 3-5 for the commish. 8-10. Ouch. 8-10, so it's going to be 2-2.5, isn't it, for the commission? That did not go well. So 4.5, so 5-3 and hopping. And there it goes, B1. Okay, so 5-3 coming over here. 1, 2, 3. 2-3. 5-6 could get sticky. And we're out of trouble there. So at 31 minutes, we've got a session balance of 10-290 here, and we've got a blackjack win of mercy, 300. So I think that's a good time to say goodbye for now. And I bet you're so relieved that my timestamp has found a home that doesn't interfere either way. Yes. Now the timestamp matters only because I suspect the professional losers on YouTube of cherry picking, and having a timestamp on here doesn't stop me from cherry picking, but it kind of discourages it simply because I tend to put up at most 2 games or 2 sessions a day, usually 1, and sometimes they'll be out of order only because in the last one I had a real horror story and I sort of set that aside. I didn't want to transcribe it yet because it was too nasty, and I went with a slightly less nasty one. But in a lot of these you will see me losing more bets than I win and still making money. And that's what matters the most. You know, you need to be able to win even when you lose more bets than you win, because that's going to be the story of your life. If you're going to be playing these games on a regular basis over time, it is guaranteed that you will lose more bets than you win. Now, the pro losers on YouTube, every so often they'll show a huge profit. It'll go, whoa! You know, sort of like, but it's short term because they separate. Each session for them is discrete. So if they lose a whole load, like Jason just lost around 35,000 at Foxwoods, and next time he pops up at a blackjack or baccarat table, he's going to be starting from scratch. He doesn't sort of think to himself, okay, well, I've got a target of 3,500 from last time, so I need to resume. And it's an odd situation because, you know, when I transcribed his results over to Excel, I was left with, I won, or Algie won 1,400 against exactly the same outcomes, minus the extra bets, you know, the multi-hand bets, which I ignore. You know, but it was 1,400 win with 675 dangling because, like so many of these online losers, professional losers, he walks away in the middle of, you know, without resolving a losing streak, put it that way. So I'm left with 675 up in the air cursing, and I know that next time he goes to bat, I will roll that over and bet accordingly, bet proportionately, and it'll disappear. So, you know, I'll start out, in fact, with a bit more of a lift than I would have otherwise. But this is what they do, these guys. Each time they play, it's as if they've never played before. There's no rationale to their bets. There's no common sense to it. They let winning streaks slide again and again and again. Let's see what happened with Jason this time. He had a three bet winning streak, won 1,500, bet 1,500, won that, bet 2,000, won that, and then after that, back to 2,000. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, bless me. He had a couple of other decent little runs, and he has no method, and this is what the casinos love. This is what they expect of all of us. No method, no sense, no logic, no self-defense, no stepping back from a shit shoe, walking away from it. None of that stuff. They just don't do any of that. And it's odd. It is all very odd. To me, maybe it's my fault. I don't think so. But anyway, who knows? See you next time. All right. So, this session of Jason's was posted today. So, if you go look for it, I won big on slots, then went all in at blackjack. I must say these guys do an incredible job of self-promotion. I mean, there's some seriously good kind of imaginative sort of graphics here that I sort of envy, but then I don't see my function as being the personality, and sort of overriding everything else. I think all that matters, at least as far as I'm concerned, is does the pattern betting strategy work or not? And so, what I look like and how I can make myself look dramatically is just not part. It's just not on my agenda. But anyway, he's entitled to do what he wants. It's his channel, his life, blah blah, etc. The story with this session this time was just horrible. I mean, horrible. And oh dear, I'm missing my lovely little clock thing, so I've got to get that back. Is it going to show up? There it is. Yeah, okay. Oh, bugger. I'm having another sort of all thumbs day today. Anyway, just to get back to Jason's situation, I mean, look at this. It was a 40% house advantage, 15 wins, 26 losses. The poor guy, without a plan, had absolutely no chance. The algorithm for pattern betting came out ahead 1,400, betting a hell of a lot less than Jason, that's for sure. And what always sort of like disappoints and frustrates me with these guys is they walk away losers. So, of course, then I'm stuck with walking away a loser. The difference being that, this 675 will be recovered next time. And will propel me sort of like profitably towards a better result at the end of the next session. But it's just it's just so difficult to understand what these guys are doing. I mean, what are they about? It's just I've said this many times, but quite clearly, I'm just not in the loop. I don't get it intellectually. I don't get it sort of mathematically. I don't understand why they would do this. Well, obviously they do it for money, but how do they make any money? This is what the red line says for Jason's session here. The actual value, this is if you were betting just a single unit every time, whatever the value of the unit was, whether it was $1 million or $1. This is what it looks like. So it goes from down to I mean 19 down. Oh my goodness. And if you look at the win-loss pattern here, I mean, look at this. Jason was definitely up shit creek without, and why he just hung in there is completely beyond me. He says that his loss from this session was 37,000. I had him losing 36,500 plus 500 from his multi-hand bets, which if he were a smart lad he wouldn't do, but lots of them do it. I guess it's for drama, excitement, etc., etc. I mean, there is no sense in exposing more than one hand to the vagaries of the dealer getting a natural, pulling a 21 against your 20, just but because every time they kick shit, they kick more shit than necessary. Is what I'm saying. So but I mean his coup de crap here was jumping to 11,000 all in on his last bet. He pushed it and then lost it. 11,000. And these guys, they just basically show no respect for money because they have a safety net. So why should they worry? You know. Algae made 1,400, as I said, 10% of action. Total action for Algae was 14,000. For Jason, it was nearly 80,000. If Algae had been betting at the same level as Jason, then it would have been a win of 8,000. So it's just and this is wrong. That's because usually both the real play and Algae are in plus territory. So I need to fix that, and I'm going to do that right now. Yeah, I needed to fix that because of my sort of anal tendencies. Basically, it's simply because usually this is a plus and that's a plus, and I'm just demonstrating that he could have made more if he'd been using etc. But of course, this time he absolutely tanked deep red, and so I had to fix that. So basically, this would be worth 122% of his result. Very sad, really. I mean, altogether, very sad. Nothing much else to say. Terrible. I've run out of things to say. I mean, I just, the one thing that I would just repeat is that being left with, on my end, a 675 rollover is frustrating, but it ain't the end of the world, Oh, and this worst case skirmish here, it's horrible. Whoa. Should have lost 4,720 and instead won 1,500. I mean, how bloody rude of me, let's face it. But there you have it. End of my analysis of Jason's result. And, it's like I said in the last series of demos on here. I mean, all I can say to you is take it or leave it, because, I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I'm doing it accurately to the best of my ability. When I find stupid mistakes, which I make not frequently, but from time to time, as I think will you, if you adopt this strategy. You just have to find them, fix them, and if in the course of play you make a stupid mistake, then just go back to your core rules and hang in there. Make sure you've got money behind you, and you will get out of trouble. I mean, there is no doubt that this strategy can fail, but it's awful difficult. Whereas, you watch somebody like Jason doing what he just did. I mean, that was just, I mean, he could have had a lot more fun if he put, I don't know, 37,000 worth of $100 bills on a plate on the table and set fire to them. I mean, it would have been much more dramatic, because basically, the way that he played this time was pathetic. It was sort of like, what are you doing? Dear, oh dear. Okay, so I'm hoping that this little presentation will speak for itself, because every time I try to record a demo, I trip over my tongue, which is something I do quite often. Everything is explained here, I think, and let's just cycle through a few values. 99% obviously is useless. And obviously the question is, can you do it? The answer is, yes, of course you can. I've demonstrated it over dozens, hundreds of demos.
Okay, so I'm always a little bit embarrassed when I have to run an analysis where I've won more bets than I lost, because that's not what happens to us most of the time in the betting business, in the challenging negative expectation business. But I guess you could say I have to take the smooth with the rough, so I can't just skip over or ignore a session which happened to be easy. This is a data set that a chimpanzee on speed could beat, just kind of betting randomly, stupidly, and in the style of the YouTube professional gamblers who throw money away like whatever. Sorry, excuse me. So the algorithm here managed a 6,600 win with a pretty high exposure, 12,000, and a pretty high maximum bet, 17,500. Online, when we actually did it online, the win was 10,850 for much less exposure. I don't really have an explanation for that. I think that it's one of those things. I've set an algorithm which I don't mess with. I don't mess with it at all. So I just leave it alone and let it get on with it. And then I try to stick with the strategy absolutely as best I can, knowing that in real play, and of course the online reality tab here is what actually happened in the video that you may or may not have sat through. The two games back and forth and so on. What it comes down to is that if you stick with the strategy, try not to make too many mistakes, you're going to do just fine. I mean, Algae made 6.7% of his action, oh dear, I gotta sort of every so often I have to come down here and just make slight changes so that you can see what needs to be seen. Real play was 18.6% of action, but the embarrassing part for me is that the actual value, which is just flat betting, same amount every time. Excuse me, so sorry. I'm just stuck with this all the way through spring and summer. What can I tell you? At least I can walk and breathe and all of those things that a lot of people my age are not able to do, and I should be bloody grateful. So I am, okay. 10,850 on action that was much less, about 60% of Algae's action, and less exposure and blah blah blah. So that's how it goes. But the most important thing is the falling back to the minimum. Once you hit that green horizontal line, which is your okay, your turnaround, your let's go back down to a minimum bet and start over. And that is so very, very important. And it's not what most gamblers do. If they hit a winning streak, if they're smart enough to exploit it, then once they recover their prior losses, they're liable to think to themselves, okay, well, I just made a lot of money betting big, so I'm going to keep betting big so that I can make even more. And of course, it doesn't work like that. This is why the essence of the pattern betting strategy is to say, okay, don't allow the casinos to tell you how much you can bet. If you've had to move up to a high roller table, a high rent table, in order to turn around, don't fall back to that table limit. Just back away, take your money, and go back to a minimum bet. Let's say that you've decided, okay, that I'm going to live with the fact that I can't get a game for less than a starter of $25, right? A quarter, as they like to call it in Nevada.
So, except if they're Steve Wynn, when a quarter means $250,000. But yes, another guy I've encountered in my busy, very, very varied life. And I can't say I'm a big fan, but never mind. I'm not sure that many people are, actually. But yeah, he has his own way of doing things, and he's certainly a force of nature. And now there's a guy, who has quite serious health problems, and he rises above them. I mean, he's never let it stop him. So, all power to him. And he does seem to have all power these days, doesn't he? But anyway, I digress, as usual. So sorry. Yeah, so this is it. This is going down here. This is the algorithm, which is sort of constantly turning around very successfully. Here is the worst case over here, where the house edge was 16%. We should have lost 9,000, nearly 10,000. Instead, we won 1,000. What can I say? I just keep on putting these things up, and people keep on giving me stick and saying, well, that's just not possible. It is possible, and it's also essential. You can bet however you want. There may be better strategies out there. I have a friend in California who is very much a follower of pattern betting, but he's also talented at programming, and so he's working on modifications, improvements. Exactly what's needed. I've never said this is the best strategy in the world. All I've ever said about it is it's the best strategy that I've discovered. And, it has improved over the years, and I hope will continue to improve, because the mission that we all share is beat the casinos, dent those ridiculous profits that they make at our expense and at the expense of society as a whole, because the cost of freewheeling, open, accessible to all gambling is very high indeed. And I think it's a shame that the people in power, people who are responsible for making regulations and so on, no longer recognize that. They just pretend that gambling is a legitimate, wonderful business that has nothing but good to offer. So, there we go. Anyway, I'm about to be yelled at about water, so I'm going to stop this. Bye-bye.